Right, welcome back to One Piece Pirate Warriors. Last time we took on Don Craig, and this time we shall be taking on Arrlong. But this is a slightly different kind of episode than before. As you can see here in the top right of them, that was an action one, that was an action one. And we're on to Musou, I'm not sure if it's pronunciation, but it's a bit different. There's none of the weird, like, using the gummy whatever to fly around the course. It's more taking over territory and everything, and beating certain enemies before they appear to stop certain events from happening. It does mix it up a bit, as there are three types of episodes. You get the Musou, which we're going to do, the action, which we've done already, and the boss battle, which you can kind of guess is basically like the tutorial when we fought the pacifista, apart from it's generally just the boss fight without any randoms in between.
Oh, 随分泣かせる船出じゃねえかよ。私も想像しただけで目頭が熱くなります。私目頭なんてないんですけども。
一方その頃、俺はメリーを盗んで姿を消した波の行方を追っていた。で、決死の探索の末にアーロン一味のアジトを突き止めたんだ。
アーロンって誰だ？
ナミさんを騙してやがったクソ一味の魚野郎だ。
アーロンはイーストブルーを支配しようと企んでいた。それは恐ろしいやつだった。だが俺は波を解放するためにそいつらのアジトに果敢に乗り込んだんだ。そして凶暴な巨人の群れをバッタバッタと投げ飛ばし、
すげえ。
海賊専門の泥棒ナミ。戦争孤児だった彼女はイーストブルーのココヤシ村で、しかし突然現れた魚人海賊団によって幸福な日常が一変する。魚人海賊団のリーダーアーロンは村人たちに上納金を要求し、幼くして養母を失ったナミはアーロンと交わした1億ベリーで村を解放してやるという約束のもと、アーロン一味の測量士となった。村を救うため一人で戦うことを決意したナミ。以来海に出ては
もう少しだよ、ベルメールさん。もう少しで何もかも帰ってくる。ココヤシ村もみかん畑も長かったけど、1億ベリーまで残りあと700万ベリー。今の私ならあと1回後悔すればたった1回の後悔で全てが帰ってくる。全て報われる。アーロンから解放されるんだ、ベルメールさん。そしたら私、やっと心の底から笑えそうな気がするよ。アーロン！
おお、どうした？我らが有能なる航海士よ、血相を変えて。
あんたが手を回した海軍が私のお金を奪いに来たわ。どういうことよ。お金の上の約束は死んでも守るんじゃなかったの？
守るぜ。俺がいつ約束を破った？
とぼけるな。お前が海軍に私のお金を。
俺が約束をいつ破った？シャー
ルフィ、何よ。何も知らないくせに。
ああ、知らねえ。
あんたには関係ないから島から出てけって言ったでしょ。
ああ、言われた。
ルフィ、助けて。
当たり前だ。行くぞ。
おう。
I like during the cutscenes with the samurai outfit that sometimes, obviously, there's things about Luffy being in the samurai costume, other times it's not. It's just, it can't make it, I guess it's just really when it's actually using Luffy's actual model with the samurai outfit compared to others and whatnot. But yeah, quick summary of not quick summary, quick thing of what territories are. You can see obviously territory F at the side. As we kill the minor enemies, the bar will go down. That's our new technique that we learned from beating Don Craig. It's an alright move. I just prefer using the bazooka. Bazooka, I can't remember what it's called there. Just because it's quicker, really, for me anyway. Anyway, once we take down the bar of the territory, either we'll just take the territory away right away, or in this case, it'll say a leader, an arrow will point to the leader. We can look onto them like we can with a boss, but they're generally not that tough, particularly at this point in the game. Anyway, Arrlong, I quite like Arrlong. Even though he is a really bad evil guy, I do quite like him, and I do like some of him, like it isn't in the game, because obviously the game's not far, but when we get to Fishman Island in the series, how there's a bit more referencing back to Arrlong and bit of his past, and how he relates to Jinbe as well, who's in the game as well, playable as well. Even though I'll probably say, out of the characters playable, Jinbe's probably one of my least favourites, just because he's a bit slow for getting his techniques off, but I guess it's fair enough, he is not the fastest guy in the world. He is still pretty strong, but it's not till later on we get him. And we can play around with the map. I don't think I've shown it before. You could zoom in, you could take it off. The zooming in's good for looking where specifically an enemy is. And we also now have a new type of enemy, which aren't really much of a threat if you do the dodge, the X dodge thing. I do a lot anyway. Because once you kill them, just stay away from them, otherwise you get exploded by the explosion once after they dies. I don't think there's many instances you actually see the explosion on screens. I think I move around way too much. I also got an attack increase there. I'm not sure if I got it from killing the enemy or I picked it up, but you can see at the top left there's a hand there. Attack increase. Obviously a green shield would be a defense increase. The generally only lasts 30 seconds. So yeah, and you could take down territories pretty quick with that attack. I think Whitebeard's probably the best at taking down a whole area, because at some points, I can't remember, I think it's his second special, he just could practically take a territory right away if there isn't a leader there, because it's just that powerful, which I really love. I was, this part, I think I do a bit with Sanji as well, instead of Usopp, to try and use them a bit just for the team attacks, to try and get their special as well, to try and show their specials before we actually get to use them. But sadly, every time I keep doing it, they keep just going away for some reason. I don't know if the game's maybe avoiding not letting me just go that far or not or something. But yeah, this is about hideouts or something, and I think it's if we take out the hideout, which is a flagged area, it'll cause the enemy to be confusing and all over the place and everything. And there's another thing to note as well, we're actually against different enemies for a change. Obviously, they all look pretty similar, like there's maybe like 3 or 4 different kinds of enemies, but they're fishermen for the change, and which you don't really see too much. But yeah, I want to switch to Sanji partly just because I prefer Sanji, but also the other reason is his button combination is a lot simpler than Usopp's. I don't know why, I just have difficulty with Luffy when I'm doing the triangle attacks. It's just like 2 triangles on a square, I just find really difficult. I also like killing off all the enemies, because at least when I do another log, I find that if I leave them, then it's somehow just regrouping into a massive group and taking the territory back. As you can see, we do have HP on the territory, so the enemy can take it back if they're able to, but it does involve a bit of running around. It's only really for the Musou courses, but again, the other log is pretty much all these kind of courses as well, so I guess I'm kind of used to them, but I kind of forgot like there were courses like this, because I have to like run back and forth a lot for different things now when certain objectives appear. But I do realize Sanji just always kicking. Like a cook cannot use his hands to fight because his hands are meant to be cooking, so they're like he has to use his feet, and I love that. I just love it. It makes like Sanji one of my favourite characters in terms of his fighting style. I do like him as a character as well. And I didn't like him at the start of the 2-year gap, just because of the nosebleed thing and everything, and that was just, it's understandable, but I just didn't like it very much. I think after this point maybe, or in one more try, he just kind of vanishes off. I didn't notice until much later that he actually vanished. It's kind of annoying. I don't like just trying to like fight around, try to get to the leader until I could actually see him, because the R3 lock is not particularly that good at times unless you're actually facing the enemy. Because if you're not facing that enemy, the R3 lock doesn't work properly and it's not going to work. Even if the enemy's like a centimetre away from you, if they're not facing you, or well, if you're not facing them on the screen, that's not going to work well. I jump over here because I think, okay, one of these doors are going to open now, and it's like, oh great, fishmen appear. But you normally have to be for extra objectives. If you leave them alone, they'll either eventually take the stuff back over, which it's not like we'll get a game over. You know, in some cases you could, depending on the situation or the win condition. As obviously your allies like Sanji, Usopp, Zoro, even though Zoro's not here at the moment, can die in some missions. If they die or a certain character dies, that is game over and you have to do it all over from the start, which is not good because the AI is horrible at times, and it's really annoying at times. I've lost quite a few times, particularly just on another log, because they're just being really horrible. Oh yeah, Nami's got her straw hat apparently, which is just, okay, you have a hat. She's wandering around. I'm not sure if she's actually fighting or not, I never paid much attention, but we can't put a link up with her. Even in fairness, at this point, at least in terms of the story, she doesn't really have any way of attacking anyway. And I'm not really sure there's many points to actually really properly fight with Nami in the game. I know there's points in the anime and whatnot, and the manga, she would actually fight, but not here really. I think there's one more group. As well as you could pause, you could look at the battle log, which gives you a quick look at the text that's appeared again, and the army data, which shows your allies. You could also look at the enemies, but we don't know where any main enemies are. Obviously, we have a lot of village chiefs, so it's good for seeing where they are on the map and their HP, but you could also do it for the enemies as well, to see where they are, as well as how the territories are doing. So it's quite good and helpful for that sort of thing. But yeah, I think we're running back up here again, and I think more stuff disappears again, so it's like, oh, everything just like disappearing. Fishermen officers have appeared now, and it's like, oh god, I've already took everything over, I need to go back and get them now. It's like, oh, thank you. I think I was trying to press select there to put the hat back on, but think about it, Nami's got the hat, so he's doing a different thing instead, which is fair enough. I think he actually left the hat on her when he said he'll go, like, Nami's like, help me. I think he puts the hat on her and then he runs away. It's like, of course I will help you, I will help anything for my friends. Which I really love. There's like a really strong bond between them all. And just how, I still love just the fact that they all listen to Luffy as well. Even though he is a bit crazy at times, he is still quite a good captain. I've noticed now that Sanji's kind of vanished from our side thing there, he is still in the field somewhere. But it's just like, I don't know where he's went, so we can't do the team attack thing. I'm not sure again if at this point it just doesn't want us to do it or not, or whatever. And it's easy again, using the map you can figure where anyone is, well, not anyone, but where the enemies are. Normally like the flashing dot is where like something like a marine officer or whatever would be, but you'll never have a big red dot if it's like a boss or a mini boss. I don't think we've really faced, I guess we could count Mihawk and the last part as a mini boss, even though we didn't really fight him. I think obviously we did fight him, but we didn't fight him until the end. You know, it's understandable. I hate in games where you'd like say if you have to beat Mihawk, and then at the end of it you lose to him anyway. But in this one we just knocked him down to a certain amount of HP and the cutscene started, which isn't as bad. But I just hate games where you beat the enemy and then it's like, oh by the way, it doesn't matter that you beat the enemy because you lose anyway. So, but if you lose, that means you lose, and it's like, I hate when games do that. It's just an annoying little thing. If you're going to make me lose, at least make me lose in like a better way. But yeah, this game's not particularly that bad for it anyway. I do wish I could change the costumes of the side characters, or the characters I may end up playing as in the part, but I could only really do it for Luffy on the main log part, which is kind of annoying at times. Because I do have costumes for all of the Straw Hats apart from Frankie and Brook, I think. I have one for Chopper, I have one for Zoro, well I have two for Zoro, I have two for Sanji, I think we have one or two for Nami, we have one for Usopp, a random marine here for whatever reason, I think I have one for Robin, I'm not sure, but I think it's really the Frankie and Brooke I don't have a cushion for. I do like Chopper's, his is the best because he just wears a little kimono, but like when he transforms he actually still has the kimono on until he does the second special, which it just randomly vanishes, but it would be quite funny and to see that in a kimono, but it's still quite nice. So yeah, I think, is that everyone? No, there's still more down here kind of annoying. It's just like, again, it is kind of a game, it is like. I know Dynasty Warriors is quite similar because obviously it's, again, made by the same team and it's the same kind of gameplay anyway, which I think is the Musou, as this is the kind of episode it is. Just having a look here where Sanji went, because I think I realised now, hey, where'd Sanji go? I'm gonna get Sanji again, because I like Sanji. This episode's alright, but his special's quite good. But it sometimes fails because of the terrain and whatnot. I'll get into that whenever we have to go to Usopp, or if we do go. I know we go at one point, but I don't know if we use the special or not. I guess we would have to use the special, but that's still a bit further down the line, I believe. That's not till we get to about Water 7, I think. But yeah, lots and lots of enemies. I like just like running back a bit to let them chase me so I could kick. I could punch as many of them as possible, and I do like that thing that comes on the screen. I don't know what it says because it's in Japanese, but basically when you kill a certain amount of enemies, aka a lot of them, it just comes up as like overkill. Probably doesn't say overkill, but it's like well done, whatever. You killed a bunch of them in one go, which is good. Another big guy here. That's fine. I do wish we could just switch around who we fight with on the Musou courses as well, maybe, because we don't particularly need to be Luffy, so it's not like the action episodes where you have to swing around using like the rubber body, where it has to be Luffy because no one else really has the ability to do that. But in this one, it doesn't matter who's doing it as long as the people are fighting. I think we switched to Zoro in a second now, though. Maybe. I have to wait a bit for it to eventually realize mission's complete and everything. Yep. You can see there's at the very top of the map, as you see the blue dot with the green coming out of it. And we're against Hachi now. I don't know why, but when I read the manga, I think I imagined his skin to be blue. So when I saw him in the anime, I was like, wait, that's not Hachi, he's not blue. I don't know why I just thought he was blue, and it's still one of those things that does find it weird that he is a normal skin colour. He's actually not that hard. I didn't find him as difficult as Mihawk when I first played it. I found him a lot harder, but I think one of the problems at that point was because I didn't use the dodge attack, so I was getting stuck in his main attacks as well. But he is not that difficult. I don't know why. It's just like I'm finding it a lot easier than I did the first time. I would maybe try hard, but when I was getting used to playing it towards the end of the game, hard I just found really difficult. But he went down quite easy. A little mini boss, but not a very difficult one. Even with Zoro, who I've not really done much with yet. I would love to be able to just keep playing with Zoro just now, but we have to go back as Luffy. I do like Luffy, it's just like you do wish you could go with some characters a bit more, but I don't think that really happens too often until the Marineford War. We do go other characters still obviously at certain points, and there's against the CP9, there's a few fights there where we have to go as the fighting as the other characters, which is quite fun, but that's probably one of the harder fights of the game as well, and particularly, again, I think I said before that Zoro and Sanji really need to be leveled up for that one, otherwise it's just fail. I can't remember what I was doing here. I think I was wanting Sanji, then as the idea that Sanji's not wanting to be my friend now, so I'll just go for Usopp instead. I don't really like the button combination I think you can do. It's not just annoying to actually activate, but it's just the actual attack he does. But I do like Usopp as he has two different attacks. The square would generally just be slingshot, but if you keep using it you'll do power 4 and power 4 hits. But the triangle one, as you saw there, was the 10-ton mallet or whatever it is again, which isn't really 10 ton, but it still does a ton of damage to the enemies anyway, which I quite like. But yeah, he's quite a decent character, probably one of the weaker ones. Well, generally in the series he's one of the weaker characters anyway, but in the game I'd say he's still one of the weaker ones. But it's still not that bad. I played with him a few times, not my favourite, but still quite a good one. I think here I am trying to get the special up again, so I'm trying not to get them too much, but because like once I kill these guys they're going into Arrlong anyway, so there's like no other chance to use the crew activate strike thing. So yeah, that's him just activating more of the stuff there for each square. But yeah, I just love beating them all up as well though. So it's just like, I'm beating you up, I'm beating you up. I think I messed up a few times trying to do the button combination, but it's like, I just want to get the final attack off. Please just let me get it off and show it off for the sake of it. But no, it doesn't want me to do it for some reason. Well, this time it wasn't just the fact that it didn't let me do it, it's more just the fact that I couldn't, because I think I killed all the enemies before. So I think when you activate it one more time, then the bar will be full, and then we need to do it one more time after that to actually activate the special. But the thing is, we've only got the leader left and a few randoms, and I think someone else ends up killing the leader, or I kill the leader, I can't remember now. Yeah. So it's like, okay, can I get these guys? Come on, Usopp, just finish up your attack, finish up your thing. Then the leader dies. And then, because the leader died, all the other guys are like, oh, okay, we're not going to do anything now. We're just going to run away! Run as fast as we can. Just like, oh, okay, that's not good. I guess an arrow on the differences between easy, normal, hard is easy has lots of chests, medium has less chests, hard has even less chests, and it has a lot less HP chests.
Arrlong ってのはドイツだ。
アーロンってのは俺の名だが。
俺はルフィ。
そうか、ルフィ。てめえはなんだ？
海賊。
海賊が俺に何の用だ？てめえは一体。
うちの航海士を泣かすなよ!
And this is why you don't mess with Luffy or his crew. Arrlong is probably the difficultest boss fight so far. I find him quite difficult. I don't think he is that difficult, but I just personally find him a bit difficult. Some of his attacks are a bit annoying. I'm not good at timing particularly well. The attack he's doing just now with his teeth is a bit annoying, which is the one I get hit by the most. His big sword thing is very easy to dodge, but I just time some stuff out quite badly. The first stage is obviously the easiest stage. Actually I'd say the first stage is the easiest, the third is the second easiest, and the middle one's the hardest. Personally for me, I found it quite difficult on my first go. The second go, well, this go I find it still a little bit difficult, but not that bad. Did I mean to grab that? I can't remember now. But yeah, we've got him down quite easily. He's took us down a tiny bit, but yeah, I need to try and avoid not get hit by the sword. As I said, it's easy to avoid and I still get hit by it. I use my special here when I shouldn't have because, well, he's jump away anyway, so I can't actually hit him. And I do like this bit is we conveniently, we can't go up yet, we need to get closer until we get the bulb above our head. And we conveniently go up here, and then now what happens? The door opens and the whole place floods. Yeah, if we were second too late or whatever. This is the part I don't like. He swims in the water and he has two things that he'll do. He will charge out, bouncing the wall behind you, which he does now. And then I think you could probably get a hit into him, but I don't get it. Or he jumps out and he fires, I can't remember what it is, but he basically does water gun at you. But the thing is, like, I'm waiting here to dodge and I'm not dodging too well, as I'm only pressing X to dodge, but the best way to dodge is attacking and dodging at the same time, because you do a much better dodge, like, well, pretty much that. If you basically, I think it's just keep dodging until an event happens, or if you get a hit into him when he does that attack, that is good, but I'm not particularly that good at it. So this is a part of the fight I just don't like at all. But yeah, here we go. This is the square attack and X dodge, which makes it so much easier to avoid them. I do love that his nose is his big weakness though. I do quite like that. And he gets stuck in the wall obviously because of it. This part is just the same as any other part, I believe. He might be a little tougher, he probably must be doing maybe different-ish moves or tougher moves, I don't know. But easy enough.
下等な人間がこちらの俺に何をした！
This is a part I quite like because the whole area is actually very indestructible, even though I think it's a bit too destructible, but it's still quite good. And the best way to actually get chests is to lock off the enemy. It's hard to see them, hard to get to them, but obviously that means you're not got the enemy in your sight and you don't know where they are and everything. But I just like to get the health because obviously it's quite low, and getting the special as well would be helpful. I don't think it'll KO, but it'll do a good amount of damage and whatnot. I'm not sure if there is a special thing you can do once you've knocked him around a bit to do an event for a trophy. There might be, there might not be. I've not checked the trophy list or that. I think there is normally for most or all the bosses anyway, but if there is an event thing before you defeat him to activate, I didn't actually activate it as I just kill him.
やっとあいつを助ける方法が分かった。こんな部屋があるからいけねえんだ。痛くもねえあいつの居場所なんて俺が全部ぶっ壊してやる。
次に乗るな加藤種族が
ゴムゴムの
For Arrlong, first we break his nose and then we hit him with a battle wax rubber foot.
お前は俺の仲間だ。
アーロンパークが落ちた。
終わったよ、ベルメールさん。8年もかかったけど、やっとみんな自由になれた。
And to be continued. I understand, like before earlier said about like him not being in a samurai outfit. I understand for cutscenes like that, which are pre-rendered, as obviously they're not going to put a pre-rendered cutscene for each and every costume. But it's just weird for the manga bits because they seem like something very easy. But yeah, most of the, obviously you want the more stars. Depending on what you need, you might want to get a HP, well, stand one instead of defense or whatever. But generally not really that many different and good coins, to be honest. But we do get a new thing here. There are a lot of combinations to do. Even on my own save, I've not got all the coins, so I can't get every combination, but I've not got round to getting all the combinations I can at the moment, but a lot I don't find that useful. This one I guess is alright for just now, increasing them by 2 stars, because to fairness we can't get any better than that at the moment anyway, so boosting everything up a bit. But some won't boost stars, or just be certain effects to give you instead. There's like one I quite like that gives you extra experience, one gives you a better chance of getting coins with higher stars. But we need certain characters and certain coins for it all anyway, until we can do that. But the next one's an action one. I haven't actually played this one because I had a friend, I had a friend over and they originally played this one when I first did it. I'm not sure if I like the look of it because I know what happens, but obviously you can see here we're actually in Grand Line now, and we are on the island where we meet Chopper, aka the Drum Kingdom, and the first boss I really had trouble against, and so we'll see how it goes next time. So thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you then.